We really started coming from a movement perspective first of all, so we did quite a lot of improvisation and play and Johnny and Susie getting to know each other. And we started from a really physical way in, and then we had to consider various different kind of options to how that work then developed in terms of for visually impaired audiences and using audio description in the process. Then the movement changes to reflect how that can then develop as a piece of work.
Because this is predominantly a dance piece, absolutely every aspect of it is quite visual, so that gives you quite a lot of work to do in terms of audio description. If you think about what you need to convey to a blind or partially sighted audience, it's extremely difficult. I want to know why movement is happening, so I kind of want to know what's underlying the movement rather than having it all literally described. It's more about providing an alternative, providing an equivalent.
So through the personalities of Johnny and Susie, we're exploring what they would sound like genre-wise. So Johnny is just energetic and fun, and then you've got Susie who just is relaxing. There's flutes, there's just lovely thing that you could just fall asleep to. It's so relaxing. Important for me as a sound designer and composer to work out what works genre-wise, instrumentation-wise, what can really exaggerate those moments, build up energy, add to the audio description of the show with the type of music, the sound effects, the feeling that we want to bring across.
We need to really think about describing what we're doing so that it becomes accessible to visually impaired people. But it's really nice that the way that we're doing that, because we're not describing exactly what we're doing, it's just becoming very much part of the action, and it's really helping to inform our characters. I love the way that Louise is working with us, because one of the really key elements of this show is that we're all parents of very young children. So Louise has been really making quite a lot of time to think about that and plan around that.
I call myself a gorilla. I move around a lot, and Susie's very quiet, so it worked, and a lot of the young people liked the clowning I was doing. But it was all very much fun, and I think that is what we're trying to do, to see if it stimulated the kid, and can the kid respond to what we're doing.
So we've had a group of actors showing us Pitch Up. They came in about July last year and showed us a few of their ideas, and now they've come back to show us what they've been working on. They were riding around on a bike and getting people almost like a bit of a conga to do different actions as they were chasing them around. There was a bit with pegs where some kids were throwing pegs into a colander. And Johnny was holding it around, so if people weren't necessarily very good at throwing, he made sure that they were being successful, and I think that's the main thing, isn't it? Everyone's enjoying it. There's nothing like this. I've never seen a show like this, and neither are the kids. We get different people coming in, but this is the first time that it's really inclusive. Everybody's involved. There's something for everybody. Even the adults are sitting there enjoying themselves, so it isn't just for kids. I think it really helps for, a school like this, a special needs school, people in wheelchairs, people that are deaf. It gives them a sense of belonging, and it makes them realise, hey, look what I can be doing in 10, 15, 20 years' time. And I think that's really important.
I think we're not going to say I am a deaf man or Susie's not going to be in a wheelchair. It's not about that at all. For young people, I think they get it, but I think the older people, I think it's about get rid of that kind of prejudice.
This show is not about disability. We are not seeking to be inspirational disabled artists. We bring no stereotypes with us at all. We've got a deaf artist and an artist who uses wheelchairs and crutches. We've got a visually impaired artist, and we all just come in and do our job. And this is who we are. This is what we're doing.
There are not enough shows that allow people with disabilities into, because there isn't a wheelchair space, or there's no AD, or you have to turn up to a certain day to have AD or captioning. You can integrate that into the show from the get-go, and anyone can turn up, and this will allow more people to turn up, meaning that you will have a bigger range of people working in theatre and the arts.
I think this piece is quite an important piece in the sense that Louise has taken a really very natural approach to having two disabled performers and integrated access at a festival where anyone can come and see it, and I think that goes some way to normalising having disabled performers, dancers, actors in front of an audience. And the fact that it's for families as well and young audiences will be enjoying it introduces the idea of disabled performers as just standard, and I think that's something that definitely doesn't happen at the moment and it needs to change.
We want this work to be shown kind of mainstream family festivals and put it out into kind of society to show that it's about real people making real work, and the kind of normalisation of seeing diverse people and performers is really important to me and the artists that we're working with.